Hey everyone, it's your boy Kai Valentine coming at you with a very interesting video. Someone pointed out this video to me, and I've heard really weird things about Eric Ho, who now calls himself Master Sri Akarshana, something like that, which I thought was kind of weird that he would make that switch because then the brand changes. But yeah, we're gonna be looking at a channel called Coffeezilla. And I was subscribed to Coffeezilla for a very long time, but no offense to him, I had to unsubscribe because it was so negative. But that so are shows, talking about crime scenes and stuff like that. I love Coffeezilla. I love what he's doing. I think it's amazing that someone who already has a successful channel, he has one for research, but he got so tired of these scammers online because with YouTube came these gurus, which no one likes that word anymore, and for good reason. But Coffeezilla kind of outs them, brings them on the show. And Coffeezilla, I don't know his name, but he's a really good debater as well. Again, I really liked his channel, but watching his channel was a huge strike to me. I don't know how to say it, but I almost stopped this channel by watching Coffeezilla because it made me feel so dirty about wanting to one day make a profit off of it. But I talked to my girlfriend her name's Lisa, and she's so logical that she takes the feelings out of things and just expresses details. Well, of course I didn't stop the channel. Thankfully I have her in my life. And I'm going to listen to this video. It's called How Eric Ho Justifies Charging $15,000 for his membership. Yikes. So if that's true, again, these are all allegations. We don't know if these are 100% facts, but if they are true, shame on you, Eric Ho. That is absolutely disappointing, but we will talk about it. I'm excited to see. I haven't seen this video yet, but enough yapping. Again, guys, if you're new here or you came over because you typed in Coffeezilla and you wanted to see what I had to say, real quick, the law of attraction is my religion. I mixed it with Christianity. I believe that the law of attraction is in the Bible. I like talking about the Bible and Jesus. If you don't believe in the law of attraction, totally fine. I've got practical tips on how to make money. I never will tell you that you just sit on a bed and daydream about what you want and it will manifest for you. That's not how any of this works. I also talk about the harder questions in life, why catastrophes happen and stuff like that. And yeah, it's my religion. Right now I don't have any courses, but maybe one day they sure as heck won't be $15,000. But yeah, one day when this channel's bigger, I'd like to give a percentage of it to like the profited charities. I got a lot of cool stuff. So if you like this kind of stuff, please hit that subscribe button and give me a chance. I'd really appreciate you. Okay, enough yapping. Let's get started. Oh, I need to make myself smaller. I think that should be good. Look at that.
People say they don't enjoy life. They say, well, you can take your life away in an instant. Why are you living? First of all, there's no such thing as not enjoying your life because we can't just take it away. You don't enjoy it, take away, don't complain.
Dude, these new age secret gurus are
I didn't even understand what the heck he was talking about.
the worst. Today we're talking about Eric Ho, or the artist formerly known as Eric Ho. Now you can find him on YouTube as Master Sri Akarshana or something like that.
Okay, so real quick, I think the reason why he changed, and I had a feeling, but with all these allegations against him, maybe it tarnished the Eric Ho name as it should have, and so he rebranded under Master Sri whatever. Apparently I guess he was like with the mentor and finally became a master or whatever it is. I'm not sure, but that's my guess. That's my business guess.
Had to go with the Eastern name so the Westerners will believe how spiritual he is. And I discovered
He's wearing the little vest. What the heck? That's funny. Really playing the part.
Westerners will believe how spiritual he is. And I discovered this guy because actually one of you sent me a message about him, and you sent me the following. I have lost a huge sum of money, 20,000 pounds, to one guru, and with me was a bunch of single mothers, a recently divorced nurse, bankrupted plumber, etc., who are all going through tough times in their life. I was going through a difficult time too in my career, however, nothing compared to those women. Now,
whoa, okay. Honestly, that's heartbreaking. I can't imagine. See, I like to put myself in other people's shoes. So if I was Eric Ho, and again, these are allegations, we don't know if these are true or not, but if there's no way morally and ethically that I could let that happen. In fact, real quick, funny story, when I was in 3rd grade, I got these gifts from the teacher, and we all got them. But I noticed that one of the students brought two of his little brothers, and I saw them looking at my toys that I got, and I went and gave them both of my toys because I didn't like the idea of them not having anything. Well, the teacher made me go and take them back, and it broke my heart to take those toys back from those kids, and to this day I still cringe about that. And not, it's up to you to trust me whether or not you believe my intentions are good or not, but $15,000, holy crap.
This got me interested, so I looked into Eric Ho, and it turns out he's this spiritual guru, whatnot. He's always preaching about The Secret, which, if you don't know, is like this law of attraction thing from way back. Basically, it's so stupid. The idea is that you manifest in your life what you want, and so if you just envision it, you can like do it. And oh gosh, I know that sounds like crazy, right? Because if that were true, why are there kids starving in Africa?
Okay. Oh, I see where he's going. First of all, I'm disappointed. I think he's ignorant on the law of attraction. Maybe he should do more research on it. First of all, it's a religion, and anytime you bring up religion, I don't think it's right to call it stupid. You could just say it's New Age, but to me, it's religion. And in today's day and age, anything can be a religion, right? The flying spaghetti monster, for example. But I've included it in Christianity. I've done a lot of Bible research, and yeah, to me, it's a religion. And I'm guessing he doesn't know that a lot of people have that in their religion, and they pray to God and ask for things. But calling it stupid, that's a little too far. And the ignorance really shows, unfortunately. Again, Coffeezilla, I love you, man. I love you. But just a quick correction. Yes, whatever we think about, whatever we focus on, we tend to move towards. And you don't have to believe in the law of attraction to believe that. For me, it is a spiritual thing, asking God for things. I do believe that God connects me to what I want. And sometimes it's not to what I want, but something God knows is better for me. That's the religious side of it. But the law of attraction, even if you don't believe in it, by still going through with the steps that the law of attraction states, you are going to have more positive thoughts. You are going to start seeing more opportunities, which you wouldn't have seen before. That's just fact. You're going to see more opportunities. You have a more positive look on life and stuff like that. But there is a danger. There is a danger to the law of attraction. A lot of people get their hopes up. They have these high expectations of becoming a millionaire overnight, and that's just simply not the case. You're not going to manifest it just by thinking about it. You're actually going to have to go learn more skills. You're going to have to become more valuable. You're going to have to create a product. You're going to have to create a service in order to help other people. The more people you help, the more you're going to help yourself. So yeah, that's the side I take on this channel, my channel. Please hit that subscribe button. But I deal with the more practical sense of it. And okay, I'll shut up.
Africa. Oh, well, it's just because they're not manifesting? Well, starving in Africa sounds like crazy, right? Because if that were true, why are there kids starving in Africa? Oh, well, it's just because they're not manifesting? Well, shockingly, Eric believes...
Okay, yeah. Oh, first of all, I like his watch. I do like his watch. I can explain that in 3 different ways. But my personal favorite is the reason why there are starving kids in Africa. We just don't know. I don't believe it's their fault. I do know that a lot of law of attraction gurus will say that we all have the same chance. That's just bullshit. We don't. A lot of people are born on a lot lower on the ladder. You could say. I was 100% blessed. I was born very high up on the ladder. I was blessed to have a dad who was a businessman. My mom was a doctor, so I grew up wanting to learn. I love to read, stuff like that. And kids in Africa, they don't have that. And I don't believe it's their fault. I don't believe it's, just because they thought about poverty that they were born poor and hungry. No, the same thing goes... So the law of attraction goes too far with a lot of gurus, in my opinion. They will say that, you were raped. That's your fault because you were probably thinking about rape or you had it in your subconscious mind. I call BS on that. That's not fair. That person didn't want to be raped, and just because they were thinking about it did not attract it, okay? I'll clear that right. We just don't know. There's just bad things happen. We don't know why. All we can do is try to remain positive, and this is a touchy subject. You have to just keep going, man. But yeah, catastrophes, car wrecks, murders, we just don't know. We do not know. I've asked some of these tough questions to a few priests, and I got a really good answer from a person with a PhD in religious studies. And a really cool class, by the way. He's Christian, but he does an unbiased take on all the religions. Really interesting. And I asked him, I said, why do bad things happen to good people? Why do bad things happen to random people? Why are there, starving people? And it's not their fault. What kind of God would allow that to happen? And this response is something you need to think about, meditate on it. It's interesting. But he said, when it rains on the good people, it rains on the bad people. When it rains on the bad people, it also rains on the good people. And he just told me to go home and think about it. And I did. And it just furthers my answer to all of this. We just don't know. Bad things happen to all of us. Some get it worse than others, but I do not believe it's your fault. However, if you are couch surfing and smoking weed and eating Cheetos and you're wondering why you're fat and why the government's not giving you more money because they should be supporting you, and you don't have any debilitating mental problems, or you're just fine, you just are lazy, yes, that's your fault, and you have a victim mentality. You need to change that in order to become successful. That's just fact. You don't need the law of attraction to be told that. So yeah, the starving kids in Africa thing, he's got a fair point, and I'm really afraid to hear what Erico has to say. I think my answer is it's the one that if I wanted to make the most money out of people, I would just tell them what they wanted to hear and profit off of that. But I'm not going to do that. I already make money in other ways besides the law of attraction. Okay, I'm going to shut up.
Oh, well, it's just because they're not manifesting? Well, shockingly, Eric believes just that.
Who will be watching videos like this won't like the sound of that, especially when they're thinking of people in those dire situations where they are victims right now. But if we could actually come to this realization and this awareness and this consciousness that actually we are creating everything, it means that there are no victims.
He says in one of his videos, he tries to explain why you're broke and why people...
Oh my God. See, I don't understand why people can just say they don't know something. They say a man who admits when he's wrong and admits his ignorance is more intelligent than someone that doesn't admit it.
People aren't wealthy. He says it's your fault.
It's very hard for a lot of people to actually manifest what they want, especially when they are in the lack of
you're going to talk about all this and you're sitting in front of your Lamborghini. Knowledge. Oh, that's embarrassing.
And when they're in the lack of something, they're always in need for something. But when you're in need of something, that's a scarcity mindset. And that's why...
Bro, this dude is so insufferable. He's standing in front of a Lamborghini trying to preach to you about your scarcity mindset's holding you back. Give me a break.
Seriously,
dude.
yeah.
You're wealthy, you're healthy, and you're going to be preaching to everyone else about how it's just their mindset holding them back?
A lot of people...
Okay, I see where Eric is trying to go, but maybe not doing it in front of a Lambo is the smart thing to do. I think that is not only a flex, but he's really prying onto the people who have a lot less, and they see this guru here, and if they could just have that same mindset as him, that they could have this Lamborghini. Now, I do believe that if you are mentally stable, you don't have any really big ailments, and you're just a normal person, that by changing your mindset, you have a much better chance of becoming rich. That's just fact. I mean, I don't see how that could be argued. Of course, you could say there's a luck thing that's involved, but I've worked really hard for the money that I have, and it took a mindset. You know, we can look at people who were born rich and how they lose it all. Or, I'm sorry, people who are born poor usually remain poor, and there's multiple things. It's their mindset, and it's really sad because they don't have anyone to show them, hey, there's this grand thing waiting for you, you just have to change. And that's, again, it's just unfortunate, it really is, but that is a true thing. You know, anyway, I'm so upset with Eric Ho, these allegations that holy crap, this is bad.
actually end up fighting for the things they want in life. And when you fight, you need to understand, when you fight in life, this is just a natural principle. What fights always fights back. So fighting doesn't actually work. The whole process is we need
That's cute. What you fight fights back.
to learn to trust and let go. Because when we let go, what happens is it's opening up the hands to allow the energies to actually travel out for the energies to actually come in.
Bro, those African kids who are starving, I think Eric Ho needs to go tell them that they just need to let go so the energy will go out of their hand and come back to them and feed them, right? Because that's how it works.
Okay, I disagree with the whole energy thing. The law of attraction is a pseudoscience, and that means there's just no proof. There's no proof that by you thinking of something that you are connecting to whatever it is that you're considering, and the vibrations are connecting to each other and you are bringing it back. They say like attracts like. That's another big thing that the law of attraction gurus say, but that's not how attraction works. So I just kind of ignore all that stuff. I have a more spiritual approach to it, which whenever you're debating something and you bring up religion, you're always going to lose, no matter what. Religious arguments against something that is logical and people, something that can be seen and is tangible, you're always going to lose, which is fine. But I'm just want people to hear my point of view on this stuff.
We need to tell those kids, just envision, manifest that chicken in your stomach, okay? A little chicken will grow there if you manifest it. You don't need to strive. Why are you striving? You just need to trust that the universe is gonna put a little turkey in your tum-tum.
Tum-tum. Yeah, I agree with that. You're not, just as I said before all of this, you cannot manifest just by thinking about something, and that you do have to strive. So by telling someone to let go, what the best way to put it is, you want something, you shouldn't have so much anxiety over it. It can block the more efficient thought processes. There's a lot to it, but I agree with Coffeezilla. You cannot manifest something just by thinking about it. It's just not how it works.
This is the basic laws of vibration and the basic laws of attraction.
This is just super offensive stuff. But what gets me was not that. I mean, that's just kind of all over YouTube right now for some reason. And it gets hundreds of thousands of views, by the way, which is incredible to me. But there's a lot more than just that. How he makes his money is not by these little videos about the secret and why you're broke or whatever. The real way he makes his money is by selling you a course. In the past, it was this thing called Manifesting Miracles. Right now, it's this thing called Wealthy Guru. And
okay, I wonder again if he changed the branding because of the allegations. Also, Eric, if you're watching this, man, I come on the show, and I would love to hear your explanation and your point of view on this.
The prices this guy is charging is absurd. He's charging between 5,000 and 15,000 pounds to go to these events.
No way.
Think how insane that is. Oh man, hearing this guy try to spiritualize this is amazing.
$5,000 to $15,000 is unethical. Tony Robbins has extremely expensive tickets. They're like $1,000 just to go to the thing, and then a big part of it is just upselling you on the business package or whatever. I dated the girl of a millionaire before, and God, it was horrible, by the way. Anyway, the dad, he had more than enough money, but his business was beginning to fail. He actually purchased a $15,000 thing, or $10,000 to $15,000 thing from Tony Robbins, and it actually helped him. But the big thing is he had the money for it. These don't care about how much money you have, they just want it. And a lot of times, these are just things I've heard, is that they will ask you to go into debt. That's right, to take a loan out in order to pay for this, because it's going towards, it's an investment in yourself. And I guarantee you, everything at the seminar, everything on the course, you can find for free on YouTube. You can find for free at your local library. Granted, they have a New Age section, but you just need a few books. However, the good thing about a course is it's structured, and when you walk away from it that you understand it better. Some people like that structure, but it's certainly not worth it, and it's certainly not worth $5,000 to $15,000. If you want a course, you want to look at 50 to 200. I believe 200, 250 would be max, because the law of attraction, where the big audience are people who don't have a lot of money, who are trying to figure out a way to get out of the hole that they've dug themselves in, or the hole that life has dug for them. And by charging these outrageous numbers, there are going to be people that are so desperate that they're going to just claw their way through the, I don't know what I'm trying to say. They're going to figure out a way to get that money and spend it. I think it's not fair and it's unethical. I think Eric Ho could do cheaper versions of it. He could do like broadcast version for, I would say, like $50. But you know, they're not going to do that.
Amazing. It's so incredible. And it just shows you why these guys are the worst. These guys are the absolute worst. At least with Dan Lok, I know why he just wants my money. This guy's trying to like spiritualize it.
Okay, yeah, Dan Lok, I've heard about that too. The allegations against him are just terrible, and it's depressing.
Oh yeah, I just, I need your money, right?
People always ask, they say, Master, when we come to your events or your training or your coaching, why is it that you have to charge for it? And it's not that I want to charge for it.
Dude, look at that smile. It's not that I want to charge for it.
And it's not that I want to charge for it.
When it comes to a point of supply and demand, there is no other option really. If it was free, I would need to keep bringing money out of my pocket to pay for all these different venues, and
I don't have another option. I have to charge you 10,000 pounds, right? I have to, guys. It's not because I want to, it's because I have to. As your spiritual leader.
I don't think there's ever going to be a way that Eric Ho could justify the $5,000 to $15,000. I've heard of, big speakers getting paid that amount of money, but from the venue itself, come speak, and then the venue makes profit off of the people coming to watch, but they're, charging $50 to $200 for a seat. That makes sense, but not $5,000 to $15,000. I could probably list Eric out 50 ways he could bring down the price to under $200 for people who do want to know what he knows and trust him, but without it being $15,000. If $5,000, $1,000 is just too much, way too much. I bought a course last year, and it's like a membership for $300, and within this course, there's like 4 different courses with 70 videos each for $300. You're paying $5,000 to $15,000 for probably 1 to 3 days, a retreat, or whatever, where you're probably going to be spending more money, and then you're going to be upsold on something else. It's just disgusting.
I need to do this, right? Supply and demand, baby. How am I supposed to afford the Lambo? I'm trying to manifest my...
Seriously, why would you say that stuff and be in front of the Lamborghini? It makes no sense. And money out of it doesn't make sense. You don't need $5,000 to $15,000 per person to pay for the venue. I understand getting paid for your services, but I also understand that it needs to be an ethical amount. Quick story, when I was in business school here in Texas, the economics teacher, who I didn't like, by the way, asked this question. She said, should businesses be profit driven, or do they have a moral obligation to give back to the community? I guarantee you, I promise you, only 2 of us raised our hands that they should have a moral obligation. And then once the teacher destroyed us with logic, the other guy put his hand down, but I kept mine up. And I truly believe that businesses have a moral obligation to help the other person, to give to charities, because they're a bigger entity. They could give more. I'm not saying all your profit or anything, obviously, but like 5-10%. It would make a huge difference. But the person in front of me turned around and he said, well, I guess I'll be driving a Ferrari over the bridge you'll be living under. And I've done quite well, and I give a lot of money away to charity. And last thing I heard is he was working at I don't want to name the job because I don't want to downplay whatever people have, but he's not as successful as me, which is subjective. But yeah,
my own dreams here.
Keep bringing money out of my pocket to pay for all these different venues, and
that shouldn't be a problem, right? If you can
sense.
Just manifest it.
Yeah.
I think you're fighting a little too much, Eric. You're fighting too much for your money.
Yep.
And because of that, you're not getting your money. I think you just need to manifest a little bit more so you can make the event free.
So the big thing about law of attraction people is they spout off about how they're rich now and look at their house, it's beautiful, that they manifested the money. It's kind of weird because they manifested the money by selling information on the law of attraction. So in a way, there's no proof that they actually made the money. Like if they didn't know, if they weren't law of attraction gurus, would they still have become that rich? See, it depends. But yeah, that's the good thing about me is I made my money without the law of attraction. I make like $90 on this channel a month, and that just goes towards editing. So that's why I really strive myself to add a lot of practical tips that help me to become successful. By the way, I think this guy went to A&M. I'm not 100% sure, but if he did, that's really cool because I was born in College Station. But yeah, Coffeezilla, he's a smart dude.
Free for the rest of us. And nobody is even saying it needs to be free, but why $5,000?
Right.
That's like...
Yes, so true. It doesn't have to be free, but make it an ethical price. We're trying to help people. We're not helping them by making them spend a lot of money. I've heard the stupid argument that, well, if they don't spend a lot of money, they won't take it as seriously. Yes, they will. If they truly are in it to learn and to, increase their skills and to invest in themselves, they will take it seriously. $5,000, really?
Unjustifiable price. 5,000 to 15,000 pounds or dollars or whatever you want to call it. It's just insane. But what gets me even more is...
Real quick, if your market was like your target audience was a very rich crowd, and it was people who were already extremely successful, but they just wanted some advanced tips, maybe this would be okay, all right? But with the law of attraction, again, our target audience are people who could be classified as needy and desperate. So we have to be careful. So as a law of attraction guru, when I do make my course, and one day I'd like to write a book too about it, I'm going to make it a very ethical price. Like I said, $250 max, but I will have options to do payment plans or cheaper options. Or I also played with the idea of you can either give me all the money and trust that I'll give 10% to charity, or you can take 10% yourself right then when you're paying for it and give it to a charity of your choice. But yeah, that's just my point of view, and that's my plan.
It's when he tries to tell you that, oh, actually, if you pay more, you're gonna get more.
Another thing as well, and this is one thing that my mentors taught me many years ago, is at the end of the day, a lot of people, they always ask for freebies. And the universe works in a very peculiar way, in the sense that...
It's a very peculiar way.
Of course it
is. I just thought about it. I thought about how it would best serve my motivations right now. And this is what I discovered.
What you give out is what you get back.
Guys, you got to give out, man. So in fact, if you write me a check right now for 20...
So I've heard that before, and I do agree with it. I do believe that when you're a generous person and that you give to charities and you genuinely want to help somebody else by giving them stuff and donating to worthy causes, yeah, I believe it comes back, but that shouldn't be the reason why we do it. But this makes no sense, what he's saying, because he's saying you're giving to him, so you should get back a lot. Well, obviously not, because your $15,000 course allegedly hurt a lot of people, so they didn't get back what they gave.
$20,000 or pounds. I will make sure you manifest that right later on. Give it to me now, but we'll manifest it later for you. It's about what you give, guys. It's about what you give.
And at the end of the day, if a lot of people are just always looking for free handouts, it's a different response that you get from the universe.
If I keep giving it to you, this stuff to you for free,
that's a little convenient, isn't it? That's a little convenient that the universe works that way.
Different response from the universe, guys. Come on, I'm trying to help you out. The universe is trying to help you out. But instead, you keep trying to get the stuff for free, which is why I need to put you, in debt. Guys, come on. More on this guy later, but this is all I could stomach for right now.
Seriously. That was sickening. I hope it's not true, but I believe it is. Again, I believe in the law of attraction. It is part of my religion. I do believe that it is one of the big reasons why I became successful, but it wasn't just me sitting on my bed and imagining things. It was, increasing my skills and having this positive outlook on life. Most of the time, that I was able to see opportunities and seize them. However, I'm not going to ignore the fact that I was born into a already successful family, not at the beginning, but as I grew older, the family became successful. I was also intelligent growing up, with having two very intelligent parents. So I get it. I was luckier than a lot of people. But that is, again, bringing it back to the moral obligation. I have a moral obligation to give to people who are in need and to worthy causes. That's just my point of view on it all. And a lot of people disagree. I know a lot of people that hate giving to charities. I actually watched a streamer the other day, like on Twitch, who, if he lost a video game, he was going to be forced to give to charity, and he hated charity. And it was like to some, I don't want to say it was a children's cancer thing, but it was really sad. And the people in chat were like all like laughing at him when he had to give to charity. It's so disappointing. And you think these people don't exist, but they do. And again, it's not just the law of attraction where there's going to be scammers. There's going to be scammers in almost every niche. You know, the drop shipping guru niche. There's a lot of people who are going to screw you over, but there are a lot of people who do genuinely want to help. And by watching them, watch their YouTube videos, see how transparent they are. And also, I want to explain something else. You will have bad days, and we don't know why. We don't know why catastrophes happen. We don't know why there are starving people. We don't know why there's cancer. And something I've struggled with horribly is periodic chronic depression and periodic chronic anxiety. In fact, I have anxiety every day, and I have to take medication for all of these things. I also had a Percocet addiction for a long time. I've lost so much money by just believing that if I spent all this money, I would become rich. In fact, I went into debt, and even though I was successful, it all just vanished because of this high expectation mindset and just thinking that things will happen for me without me having to do anything. But the mental depression, like the depression, has really held me back. But I keep fighting against it, and I keep fighting, but I don't believe something's wrong with me. I don't believe that just because I think about depression that I become depressed. That's idiotic. It's a chemical imbalance. That's just what it is. So I guess you could call me a law of attraction guru, but just understand that I have really bad days sometimes. And anyone who tells you that it's your fault that you're depressed, or it's your fault that you are crippled, or it's your fault that you have an illness that's going to take your life one day, I slap them in the face, I guess. Like, it's just so disrespectful and it's rude. It's not your fault. There is a victim mentality hood for, you know, people that believe that they should get free handouts from the government, even though they're more than capable mentally and physically to increase their skills and get a job, even if it's just at, you know, a fast food restaurant, anything. Yes, those people have a victim mentality hood. But the victim mentality hood does not move over to people like rape victims and murder victims and people who are robbed. That they don't have a victim mentality hood. It was not their thoughts that made someone come and do that to them. And you got to think about it this way. This other person has free will. You have free will. It's not like that guy was, you know, constantly thinking about, well, premeditated, yeah. But you can't attract someone else's thoughts and change them in order to bring them to you in order to hurt you. That makes no freaking sense. I can't even explain it because it makes no sense. But that's what people like this are saying, that it's your fault that you were hurt. And that's not true. In my opinion, the law of attraction is me speaking to God and asking for things and showing gratitude and either getting that thing or something better in order to increase my livelihood. But the law of attraction does not answer the big questions like why there are starving people. It's just, in my opinion, from the things that I've read, that's not what it is. It's not what it's about. But I could go on and on about this. There's so much. Coffeezilla was more respectful to the law of attraction than I first thought. I don't think it's fair to call it stupid, but if I were in his shoes and I saw this guru and I didn't know anything about the law of attraction, or I just read The Secret, which is just very basic and it has no practical advice in it whatsoever, and making it a very dangerous book too for some people, I could understand calling it stupid. You know, to him it's probably like watching Scientology propaganda, which I get when you first read the description, it sounds weird, but I'm hoping that people who find my channel will get the realistic idea of it and will be able to take the practical steps that I talk about. And whether or not you believe in the law of attraction, my channel is still going to be very helpful to you. Please hit that subscribe button and join. You don't have to watch the God videos. You don't have to watch the Jesus videos, but I'm a real person, and I'm hurt by this. And again, Coffeezilla was the reason I almost stopped this channel because I was so embarrassed I was so hurt that other people are doing this that I didn't want to be a part of it, but I have a lot to say, and my struggles that I've been through mentally, I want to help other people, and I do want to make more money so I can give more back. And that's going to be up to you to decide whether or not I'm being genuine or not. But I hope by you watching my videos, you'll get a sense of who I am, and hopefully you will end up trusting me that I truly do have good intentions and that I do care for people a lot. So much so that I almost stopped this channel because I thought it would be more harm than good. Bring more harm than good. Guys, that's it for today. I can't stomach anymore. Like he said, I can't stomach any more of this. It's so disappointing. It's so heartbreaking. It's so frustrating to see that there are people out there. Again, these are allegations. I don't know it 100%. Eric, if you have something to say about it, please hit me up. I'll bring you on the channel. I can't say it's going to end well for you because I disagree. If you're going to try to tell me that $5,000 to $15,000 is acceptable, I'm going to disagree. It's just, I don't think that's fair. You should have way cheaper options for people who are in need of your advice, which I think you have good advice, you know, kind of. But yeah, I don't know. Jesus, he has sucked me dry. Okay, guys, I love you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts on all of this nonsense. Thank you so much, and have a great day.
Trust in my heart like it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Spending all night at the studio. Got me fucked up, you assume me slow. Killing the gang cause he knew to go. I don't want nothing to do with you. Thinking just winning is all about who